Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday only here on YouTube. We'll be joining Oldies and More Radio beginning at midnight tonight. I want to welcome you to the April 20th, 2024 Vinyl Treasure Show. It's our 1950s and early 60s edition. All requests tonight. I picked one record in 1960 that it's a new addition to the Johnny G collection. So I picked one record tonight that I'll play here. That's I was looking for it for many, many years, but it's now in my collection. But thank you all for being here. Apologize for being a little bit late tonight, but today was a difficult day. You know, when you deal with an elderly person with dementia, sometimes it's very difficult, and sometimes they say things that they shouldn't be saying, but they do, and I have to learn that there's no filters there, and that's how I have to deal with it. But sometimes it's just, I can't win. I could never win, so I have to go with the flow. So I need a break. I need to listen to some music to get myself in a great mood, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. So thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell to get notifications. I have to tell you that I wasn't so sure about a All 78 show that I did on Thursday afternoon, but I got an overwhelming response for that show, and they want me to play more 78s, early 78s out of my collection. Again, I just took one of the boxes that I had to go through it because they are so disorganized in these boxes, so I have to clean a number of them. So I'll probably start doing that tomorrow, but I'm going to continue with the 78s. They sounded great for the most part. Some of them, you know, with the poor vinyl and whatnot, but it was really a I got so many from people that I never heard of before, by the way. So in all forms of media. So thank you all for that, and it's up on the archive. If you missed it, it's still there. And I was worried about dropping them, but anyway, it's all 45s tonight. Although there's one record I'm going to have to play with a 78 needle. That is the case. But we opened up with a cool a tenor sax instrumental there. It's on the Meteor record label out of Nashville, Tennessee. That's a label owned by Lester Bahari. He was, of course, one of the Bahari brothers. And they were the owners of Modern Records. I think at the time this one came out in October of 55. Yeah, the 45 pressed, I think, and distributed by Modern Records out of California. Tenor saxophonist there. His real name was J.T. Brown. And he, which he recorded under also on the I think it was Meteor. Yeah, it was Meteor, so that light bluish Meteor. And he also recorded as Bep Brown, which I have records by him. And on this one, he was known as Saxman Brown, along with the Broom Dusters. Now, the Broom Dusters, they were Elmore James's band, who I think was on guitar on this, if I'm not mistaken, Elmore James. But we opened up from October 55, Saxman Brown with the Broom Dusters on the Meteor label with Sax Symphonic Boogie was the name of that cool instrumental. Enough of my babbling here. Let's open it up with the vocal portion here with a request for listener Amnon. This group had 4 releases on Leonard Allen's United record label, and let's give a spin to their third. It features Ralph Vernon on lead. This charted number 32 on WGES in Chicago. It's going out to listener Amnon. September 56, we open up with the Morocco's on the United record label. It's called Bang Goes My Heart. This is for Amnon.
Bang goes my heart every time we kiss. Never before have I known such a thrill like this. When you hold my hand, I understand. I love partly of God. You held me tight with all of your might, and a bang goes my heart. Kiss me hard and kiss me long, and that is what I know. That all this world and then some would never take me away from you. Nothing better than all the rest, like the angels that come by. For when we kiss and embrace like this, oh bang goes my heart. Nobody in this whole wide world will ever take you away from me. Angels singing and church bells ringing as I count every star. Oh bang, 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 oh bang goes my heart. Bang goes my heart. Bang goes my heart.
Those are the sound. That's the sound of the Morocco's to open up the vocal portion here on a Saturday evening, September 56. That's by request for listener Amnon. The Morocco's on United with Bang Goes My Heart. Johnny G's heart was going bang when I was holding those 78s. By the way, if you go to my Facebook page, the playlist is there, the entire playlist. I scanned, it was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, scanning all the 78 labels. So they're all there on my Facebook wall. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, you know we count down the music chronologically here on the Saturday night show. And we started off tonight from 1953 as we head to the Bronx, New York, with this request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group would meet up with record producer Joe Davis, who independently recorded them, and Davis was able to lease their tracks to MGM Records, and it resulted in 2 singles. This is their second release. It features Grover Barlow on lead, a.k.a. Dean Barlow. This charted number 4 on WGRC in Louisville, Kentucky. We go to June of 1953 for the Crickets, Dean Barlow and the Crickets, by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. It's called For You, I Have Eyes, the Crickets.
Here I sit looking at the skies. I hope you'll realize it's for you, my dear. I have eyes. The day will come when you'll be mine, and we'll dance away the time. It's for you, my dear. I have eyes. A lonely room, a quiet night, our loved ones far and out of sight. I hope and pray there'll come a day when loved ones will come home to stay. Here I sit looking at the skies. I hope you'll realize it's for you, my dear. I have eyes. I'll hope and pray there'll come a day when loved ones will come home to stay. Here I sit looking at the skies. I hope you'll realize it's for you, my dear. I have eyes.
That's the sound of Dean Barlow and the Crickets by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room, June 1953, on the MGM record label. For You, I Have Eyes. I have that on a 78 too, so I may be doing some, well, not of that record next Thursday, but I'll be playing some 78s that I have on 45, maybe the ones that sound better. Maybe I'll do that, but let's continue here. In the year 1953, we stay in 53 with a request for listener Bill Olb. Have this gal's real name, Esther Mae Jones, but we know her as Little Esther. Now, after Federal Records, she signed with Decca, and she did a session with Decca Records on July 14th of 1953, and this is one of 3 45's that came out. This is her second release on the Decca label, second of 3, a tune written by Rosemarie McCoy and Leroy Lovett. and it features there's a vocal group backing her up here. I didn't have a chance to check it out. Couldn't find it. Who the group potentially would be? It was probably one of the groups, or could be an in-studio group. But this is by request for Bill Old, November '53, Little Esther on the Decca label. It's called "Stop Crying" for Bill Old.
Stop crying.
Darling, you're crying. What did I do to you? If I hurt your feelings, please let me make it up to you. Please forgive me, darling. Let's make a brand new start. And darling, stop crying. You're just about to break my heart. I see those tears. You're trying so hard to hide. Go on and cry it out, baby. But darling, please, please stay by my side. And when you're through crying, happiness I'll always bring. And I promise, darling, I'll never make you cry again. I'll never make you cry again.
What a nice tune that is, by request for listener Bill Old. That's Little Esther and group, uncredited group backing her up there from November 1953 on the Decca record banner. That's her second of three, a song entitled "Stop Crying." And Bill Old will be my in-studio guest on May 9th, Thursday, May 9th, 2024, from 1 p.m. Eastern Time till 4 p.m. And I will have him in the studio. Guest collector Bill Old will be presenting his second all-gospel special featuring many rare 50s and 60s gospel and spiritual recordings, and on small obscure labels, both on 45 and LPs. Now, the records will be from the collection of Bill Old and Gordy Freeman, and I will broadcast live on May 9th, 2024, and then archive the show on the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. You'll see it there. So save the date, go to my YouTube website, and click the notify me button on the site. But if you miss it, you can always check it out on YouTube. Now, Bill was here last October 16th of 2023. That show is archived, still getting views. So please join me on a special day on May 9th. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we move into 1954 now with this request for Bob Hannis, and he wants to send this one out to listeners Frank Gingaro, Charlene Whiteside, and Mike Sape. This group, they hail from Detroit, Michigan. It's on Jesse Carter's SRC record label. Now, you know what SRC stands for? It stands for State Recording Company. It's their first of two. It features Norman McLean on lead. Go to 1954 by request for Bob Hannes, the Five Emeralds on SRC. This is for Frank, Charlene, and Mike. It's called Let Me Take You Out Tonight, the Five Emeralds. Yeah, that record swings there. That's by request for listener Bob Hannes. That's going out to Frank Gingaro, Charlene Whiteside, and Mike Sape in Connecticut, 1954. First of two for the Five Emeralds on SRC Records. Let Me Take You Out Tonight. Had to play. You saw me change the needle there. It was kind of rushing there. The 78 needle sounds so much better than the 45 needle. This group would later record as the Downbeats on the Peacock record label and eventually evolve into a group called the Elgins. Later on, they recorded for VIP Records with the addition of female lead singer Sandra Millette. There you go. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening here. Hope you're digging on the cool tunes on this 56-degree clear night here in Westchester County, New York. And allergies acting up. I had the window open today. It was hot up here with the in and out, the partly sunny, we'll call it. But so you have to apologize for that if I sound a little bit hoarse. But let's move into 1955 now with a request for listener Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to Jimmy Amato, Bob Hannes, and Frank Gingaro as we head out to Los Angeles, California, to Dootsy Williams' Dewtone record label. This group from the Watts and Compton areas of Los Angeles had their debut single, which was their biggest hit, or I guess best-known record in July of 54 called The Letter, but they had 13 releases for the Dutone or Duto record label. Let's give a listen to their fourth. It features Vernon Green on lead, by request for Mike Sapin, Connecticut, going out to Jimmy Amato, Bob Hannes, and Frank Chingaro. December 55, The Medallions on Dutone. It's called Dear Darling.
Dear darling, I'm so in love. Dear darling, I'm so in love. Dear darling, I'm so in love with you. I write you this letter, darling. Yes, and I want you to know that I was a fool, dear, to ever tell you to go. Dear darling, I'm so in love with you. Tears are falling, yes, darling, falling down from my eyes, just like a fool, dear. I now realize, dear darling, I'm so in love, love with you. Sure, I was a fool when I let you go. I didn't realize that I loved you so. Now that you've gone and just begun to see how much, my darling, you mean to me. Oh, tears are falling, there's no question why. I know the reason why I cry. Dear darling, I'm so in love with you.
There you go, Vernon Green and the Medallions, their December 1955 release. It's on Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label out of Los Angeles, California. A song entitled Dear Darling, by request for Mike Sapin, Connecticut. That going out to Bob Hannes, Frank Chingaro, and Jimmy Amato. Let's stay in 1955. We go to Washington, D.C. with this request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. Their very first recording came out on Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label in November of 1950, a song called Yes Sir, That's My Baby. Now, I don't have that on a 78. Wish I had it. But in 1951, they signed with Atlantic Records. They had 22 releases on Atlantic Records through January of 58. Now, Indrajit requested their 13th release. This was the follow-up to Blue Velvet. And let's give a listen to the Clovers here with Buddy Bailey on lead. This is by request for Indrajit in the UK. April 55, the Clovers on Atlantic. We'll also send it out to Darren in our YouTube chat room. The Clovers with Love Bug.
Well, the love bug bit me and it really made me know when to. Well, the love bug bit me and it really made me know when to. Beware, beware, 'cause the love bug might bug you. When she threw me, like she should. Broke my heart like I knew she would. She's a sweet little kitten and she fits my arms so fine. She's a sweet little kitten and she fits my arms so fine. She's a good little thing and she made me lose my mind. Love, oh love bug, what did you bring me? Happiness mixed with misery. Well, a kiss is tasted just like cherry jam. Well, a kiss is tasted just like cherry jam. Yes, you made my poor heart go bippity bound. When she loves me, she's so fine, but she never will be mine. She's got me crying and I'm sighing and I'm bleeding on bended knees. She's got me crying and sighing and I'm bleeding on the bended knees. The love bug's got me, somebody help me please.
That's by request for Indrajit Advani over in the UK. Those are the Clovers, Buddy Bailey and the Clovers. April 55 on the Atlantic label. Love Bug on a Styrene Atlantic. I hate Styrene 45's. Many of you know that. You know, I have Styrene 78s. I have Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers on a Styrene 78. I think I have Buchanan and Goodman on Luniverse on a Styrene 78. I got a number of others. And but I don't think they play with hisses, though. Anyway, John G. babbling on here. Let's continue in the year 1955. Let's go back to the Bronx, New York this time with a request for listener Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room. This group had 7 releases for George Gulner's Rama record label. Their fourth was a song called Hey Girl, but it had 2 alternate flip sides. One was called Love Something That's Made for Two, and the other is this request for Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room. This song first done way back in 1947 by Sammy Kaye, but we moved to November of 1955. It features Frenchy Concepcion on lead. Here are the Wrens from November 55 on the Rama label, and their rendition of the tune Serenade of the Bells. This is for Bill.
This is the story of 2 people in love. In the sleepy town of San Juanito, there's a story that a padre tells of a gay senor and senorita. That's the serenade of the bells. Seems they asked the padre for permission to be married early in the spring, but their folks had made just one decision. that the mission bells had to ring.
Well, everyone knew the bells were broken and hadn't sounded for a long, long time. But one night the village was astounded,
for the bells began to
Chime. Still the bells are broken, goes the story. But if in your heart a new love dwells, they will ring for you and all their glory. That's the serenade of the bells. That's the serenade of the bells.
November 1955, release there for the Wrens. That's by request for listener Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room. That's Serenade of the Bells on George Goldner's Rama record label. That's Frenchy Concepcion on lead, although you hear Bobby Mansfield did have a couple lines in that song there. What a great tune that is. As we continue here in 1955, we fill a request for Australian listener Mark Langdale, as this LA-based group began recording in 1953 for Sid Nathan's Federal record label as the Lamplighters, but they would change their name to the Tenderfoots in 1955, and there were 4 releases they did as the Tenderfoots on Federal Records. This was their first. It features Carl White on lead. Let's go to March of 1955. This goes out to Mark Langdale in Australia. The Tenderfoots on Federal. It's called Kissing Bug.
Did-it-do-wop, did-it-do-wop, did-it-do-be-do-wop.
I wanna hug, hug, hug. I wanna kiss, kiss, kiss. One little kiss, kiss, kiss. You'll never miss my little kissing bug. You know, no, no, I really love you so, so, so. I never let you go, 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 until I get a kiss. My little kissing bug. You're sweet, sugar bowl. You thrill and chill me to my soul. Now please don't leave me. You're like this so.
Come on, baby, just one more kiss.
I wanna kiss, kiss, kiss. I wanna hug, hug, hug. One little kiss, kiss, kiss. You'll never miss my little kissing bug. Sugar bowl, you thrill and chill me to my soul. Now please don't leave me. You're like this so.
Come on, baby, just one more kiss.
I wanna hug, hug, hug. I wanna kiss, kiss, kiss. One little kiss, kiss, kiss. You'll never miss my little kissing bug. Like sugar-coated candy, you make me feel so dandy. So give me one sweet kiss. You hear?
there you go. That's that one there going out to Mark Landale in Australia, March 1955 release there. They're called the Tenderfoots. That's Carl White and the Tenderfoots there on the Federal Record banner. Kissing Bug is the name of the tune. Of course, you know that a group would evolve into the Sharps. Carl White and the Sharps there. They do some great records too, by the way. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you like what you hear, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet done so to the YouTube page there. And you got to click the bell to receive all notifications when Johnny G goes live as we continue here in 1955. Let's go to Cincinnati, Ohio, and fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This group discovered by Cincinnati disc jockey Ernie Waits. He was a DJ at WNOP in Cincinnati who became the group's manager, but he sent demo tapes out to Herman Lubinsky. He was the owner of Savoy Records, and Lubinsky responded by sending a band all the way out to Cincinnati to record the group because they were all still in high school, and their parents said, oh no, they're not going to New York or New Jersey. They're not doing that. But it resulted in 3 singles on Savoy Records. Now, Gordy requested their third, co-written by the lead singer. His name is Luther Bond. This is from May of 55 by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Luther Bond and his Emeralds on Savoy. It's called It's Written in the Stars for Gordy.
Up in the heavens, shining so bright, nothing but stars, shining up there in the night. It's written in the stars that I love you so. Written in the stars that I want you more and more. I try to pretend that I don't love you, but deep down inside of me, deep down inside, my love I can't hide. Oh, please come back, honey, please come back. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. I'll prove to you. I'll prove to you I'm true to our romance. I try to pretend that I don't love you, but deep down inside, my love I can't hide.
That's by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Luther Bond and the Emeralds. That's their third release on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label out of Newark, New Jersey. The group is out of Cincinnati, Ohio, May 1955. It's Written in the Stars. Of course, they would later on record for the Federal Record banner and the Showboat record label. They got a great record on Showboat Records, I think 1960 or so. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, this is our 50s and early 60s edition. We do it every Saturday from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. We'll do a little bit of overtime. Wasn't as late as I was last week. It was like 5 minutes late. I apologize for that. But we continue here, and we have a request here for listener Daniel Kubacki. This group, they were recording for Showtime Records at the time when band leader Johnny Otis convinced them to sign with Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. For Showtime, they had the original version of the song Why Don't You Write Me? Of course, the Jacks did better. I think the Jacks record sold better, at least maybe here on the East Coast versus the West Coast. But Daniel requested their second release for Aladdin, and this one came out in January of 55, and it's a duet with Johnny Staton and his brother Louis Staton. Let's give a listen to The Feathers on the Aladdin label for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. It's called Standin' Right There, The Feathers.
You're standing right there, all packed and prepared to say farewell to the marriage we shared. It's hard to believe you're ready to leave. Come and sit down a while. Consider our child. Who's wrong or who's right doesn't matter tonight. I'm on bended knee and begging you please, unpack all your things and let's start over again. Darling, you're standing there, all packed and prepared to say farewell to the marriage that we shared. It's so hard to believe that you're ready to leave. Come on and sit down a while. Consider our child. Who was wrong or who was right? It really doesn't matter tonight. Darling, please come back. I'm down bended knee and begging you please, unpack all your things and let's start over again.
That's going out to Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. Those are The Feathers. The Feathers with the brothers Staton on lead there, Johnny and Louis Staton. January 1955. That's their, their second release on the Aladdin label. Standin' Right There is the name of the tune. Let's continue here and move into 1956 now with a flip side request from last week. I featured this group called The Creations on Sid Archie and Leo Rogers' Lido record label, You Are My Darling. That was for listener Timothy, but Darylette's requested the flip side. This is from October 56, The Creations on Lido Records. It's called There Goes the Girl I Love. This is for Darylette's.
Boom, 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 doo-wop, 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 doo-bip, be-doo-be-doo-be, doo-wop, 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 doo-bip, be-doo-be-doo-be.
Well, there goes this girl I love with someone else. God knows I love that girl, I want her for myself. Hey, 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 baby, will you be mine again? Well, there goes this girl that I adore, the only girl in this world that I care for. Hey, 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 baby, will you be mine again? Well, once upon a time you loved me, but like a fool I let you go. But if I win your love again, you won't get away no more. Well, there goes girl I love, she means so much to me. I swear by the stars above I never set her free. Hey, girl, will you be mine again? Once upon a time you loved me, but like a fool I let you go. But if I win your love again, you won't get away no more. Well, there goes girl I love, she means so much to me. I swear by the stars above I never set her free. Hey, girl, will you be mine again?
October 1956 release there for the Creations. It's on the Lido label. That's going out to Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. There, excuse me, There Goes the Girl I Love is the name of the tune. It was Greg Surik. He sold me that guy. He upgraded his. It plays okay. It ain't in the greatest shape, but it sounds pretty decent. Of course, their next one came out on Tip Top Records. I think that was also another Sid Archie-owned label, Tip Top and the Lido record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday as we continue here. Here is another flip side request from last week. Now, listener Edmund Williams in Queens, he requested the Cadillacs last week, their 8th release for Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. The song was called The Girl I Love. This week, Edmund requested the flip side. This side, written by Chuck Willis, again with Earl Carroll on lead, October 1956, the Cadillacs for Edmund on Josie Records. It's called That's All I Need, the Cadillacs.
Well, you've gone a long, 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 long time. Come back, baby, I will lose my mind. I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby. That's all I need. Well, you've gone a long, 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 long time. Come back, baby, I will lose my mind. I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby. That's all I need. I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need baby. That's all I need.
That's all I need.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there by request for Edmund Williams. That's the flip side of The Girl I Love, is done by the Cadillacs. That's called That's All I Need. That's Earl Carroll along with Jesse Powell and the orchestra from October 56 on Josie Records. That's All I Need. I forgot to take some cough drops up here. But anyway, let's continue here in 1956. Now, earlier we heard from the Medallions a request for Mike Sape. Well, he requested another Medallion song, and this was their follow-up to Dear Darling. This was their fourth release, or maybe their fifth release, or Dear Darling was their fourth release for Dootsy Williams' Dutone record. This was their fifth release. And this is one of the few times that Vernon Green is not doing lead. The lead singer on this is Otis Scott, and Mike wants to send this one out to Bill Schmaltz, Reed King, Chuck Mitchell, and Frank Cassie. These are the Medallions. It features Otis Scott on lead, April 56 on Dutone Records. It's called I Want a Love, the Medallions.
I want a love, dying love, one that was meant from heaven above, a love I can share. With no one but you. Say that you care, and our love will be true. So here's my heart, it's yours to take, it's yours forever, to never forsake. Oh, my darling, hear my plea. I'll love you forever. Take a chance and see. Give me your love, and I'll give you my heart. Together till death do us part.
So here's my heart, it's yours to take, it's yours forever to never forsake. Oh, my darling, please, please hear my plea. I love you forever. Take a chance and
give me your love, and I'll give you my heart. We'll be together till death do us part.
There you go. Those are the Medallions. The Medallions without Vernon Green on lead. That is Otis Scott on lead. April 56, 56 release. Dootsy Williams, Dutone record label, I Wanna Love. There you go. Requested by Mike Sape in Connecticut. And again, going out to Bill Schmaltz, Reed King, Chuck Mitchell, and Frank Cassie. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, how many out there can speak French or understand French? I can't. I can get by with Italian pretty well. Can't speak it well, but I definitely understand it. I can read it, but I can't speak it. Now, Barbara, she understands and can speak French, but and I'm saying because it relates to this next record here by this group out of Newport News, Virginia. It's a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and Newport News, Virginia. That's the same place that the Five Keys originated from, and this is on the Epic record label. And let me see. This is their debut single on Epic. Yes. And this is a cover tune. Dates back to 1935. Now, the title, because Charlene translated it, the title means, Darling, I Love You Very Much. This is the intended A-side. It features Oliver Sidney on lead. It's with Leroy Kirkland and the orchestra from April 1956. Let's give a listen to the Chateaus. The Chateaus on the Epic label for UK listener Indrajit Advani. It's called Darling, Je vous aime beaucoup, if I said it right. There you go. That's for Indrajit.
Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. Je ne sais pas what to do. You know you've completely stolen my heart. Morning, noon, and night time too. Toujours wondering what to do. That's the way I felt right from the start. Cherie, live and love me, my little tender morsel of feminine pulchritude in all your magnificent splendor. Tis but a miserable stroke of fate that my French is not good enough. If it were my darling, I'd tell you so much more. But I hope that you comprehend all the things you mean to me. Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. I
Love you.
Yes.
Yeah. I do.
I do.
As going out to UK listener Indrajit Advani, those are the Chateaus. That's their debut single from April 56 on the Epic record label, Darling, Je vous aime beaucoup. Of course, they would have later releases on the Warner Brothers record label. Some great records they do on Warner Brothers Records. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Again, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. Very important to do that, as the brass at YouTube, they're happy with all the subscribers that I get. And again, click the bell to get notifications when Johnny G goes live. You'll get an email, but you got to be signed in. You can't be just passing by. You can be passing by. You know, there's 120 people passing by, but you got to sign into YouTube. Let's continue here in 1956. Now, last week, I played a request for Liam in Australia. Actually, the first release for this group, called The Pipes, on Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label. The song was called Be Fair. Now, Daniel Kubacki requested their second release on the Dutone label. This group, they are originally from Oakland, California, and this is the intended B-side of their second release, and Dootsy Williams calls this a Rhythm Novelty, and it was written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Henry Roundtree. This is from July of 56. This is going out to Daniel. The Pipes on Dutone. It's called I Love the Life I Live. The Pipes for Daniel.
Got to give. I live and I love and I love the life I live. I live and I love and I love the life I live. Well, if you want me, baby, this is what you got to give. You got to give. You got to give me all your loving. I'll make it lovey-dovey. You got to be real true to me. Cause if you want me, baby, and I don't mean no maybe, you got to be real true to me. Cause I love you, baby, that you can plainly see, plainly see. I'll make it lovey-dovey. Got to be real true to me. Cause if you want me, baby, and I don't mean no maybe, you got to be real true to me. Cause I love you, baby, that you can plainly see, plainly see. I live and I love and I love the life I live. I live and I love and I love the life I live. But if you want me, baby, this is what you got to give. You got to give. Oh, this is what you got to give. Yeah. Oh, this is what you got to give. Oh, this is what you got to give. Oh, this is what you got to give. But if you want me, this is what you got to give. You got to give.
That group called The Pipes. The Pipes. We played Be Fair last week. I think this is the B-side. Yeah, that's the B-side to their second release on Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label. Song entitled I Love the Life I Live. That's going out to a listener, Daniel Kubacki, in our YouTube chat room. This is from July 56, and I think they have one more release on the JC label in 1958. I wonder if I have that. I'm trying to think if I do. Not sure as I draw a blank on that record. Let's stay in 1956. We go back to Brooklyn, New York, with a request for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. This group signed with George Goldner's G record label, had one release on the label. The song, written by Joe Thomas, it features Pat Flugieri on lead. As this is from September 1956. They're called The Lanes. The Lanes on the G record label for Edmund. It's called You Alone. The Lanes.
You alone, sweetheart, I must confess. You alone can bring me happiness. You alone, you are my one desire, my one desire. You alone control my destiny. You alone bring out the best in me. You alone can set this heart in me afire. My heart afire. You are the morning sun, the evening star, the very breath of spring. You are the only one wherever you are. You are my everything. You alone, the only one for me. You alone, forevermore to be. You alone, my angel from above. Say you'll be all my own, for it's you alone that I love. Say you'll be all my own, for it's you alone that I love.
That's a going out to listener Edmund Williams there. Those are the Lanes for September 56. George Goldner's G record label, You Alone. I think that is the B-side of the 45. The A-side I'll play next week for Jimmy and also for James Stone. That is Open Up Your Heart and Let Me In is the flip side of that. This group would eventually evolve into the Dynamics that recorded for the Warner record label. They got a pretty cool rock and roll record on that Dynamic record label. Let's continue here for a Saturday evening. We are in 1956. Let's fill a request for Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joe Smith, in our YouTube chat room. He requested the Coasters. The Coasters, originally out of Los Angeles, California. This is their second release on the Atco record label, and this group formed by the writing team of Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, and really an offshoot of the Robins when they split into two separate groups. One continued as the Robins, the others continued as the Coasters. Now, Joseph requested their second of 29 releases on the Atco record label, and this is actually a cover song. It dates back to 1939. I don't know by who, but it features, I think, the bass lead here, Will Dub Jones, and I think Carl Gardner comes in on it also. This is from July 56. Has anybody out there been to Brazil? Well, I don't know if I'd go to Brazil lately, but it used to be a very beautiful, beautiful place, Brazil. And but this is by request for Oldies Fan, the Coasters on Atco, with their tune called Brazil.
Dooby-doo-wop, dooby-doo-wop, choo-wop, dooby-doo-wop, dooby-doo-wop, choo-wop, Brazil.
Dooby-doo-wop, choo-wop, dooby-doo.
We're hearts were entertained.
Dooby-doo-wop, dooby-doo-wop, choo-wop, dooby-doo.
We stood beneath the lamp and moon,
Dooby-doo-wop, choo-wop, dooby-doo.
and softly murmured Sunday soon.
Dooby-doo-wop, dooby-doo-wop,
We kissed
dooby-doo-wop,
and come together.
Then tomorrow was another day. The morning found 3 miles away, with still a million things to say.
I love you, I love you.
No, when twilight dims the sky above, recording thrills of the
one thing I'm certain of.
Return. Well, I will. Baby, oh. Well, Brazil.
Recalling thrills of our love. There's one thing I'm certain of. Return. I will to old Brazil.
Baby Brazil.
July 56 release there for the Coasters on the Atco label with Brazil. I sometimes cringe to play the Coasters records because I've gotten copyright issues with many of their tunes. Of course, you know, their novelty records were big hits on the national charts, but that one there I didn't think I would get, and I didn't see, let's knock on wood that I don't get any copyright police tonight. They have not yet been out. But let's move into 1957 now with this brother and sister act from Darlington, South Carolina. It's a request for listener Bill Olb, although only the sister, his sister is doing lead and the singing. Her brother's band is providing the instrumentation, and I'm talking about Buddy Johnson and his orchestra. His sister, her name was Ella Johnson, and she's doing the vocal on this side of the 45. From July of 1957, this is by request for Bill Olb in New Jersey. Ella Johnson on the Mercury label. It's called You're the One for Me. This is for Bill Olb.
Oh baby, baby, you're the one for me. You are my big desire, yes sirree. You set my soul on fire, can't you see? You know it's true as anything can be. Oh baby, baby, you're the one for me. Oh baby, baby, it's a low down shame. My love for you is driving me insane. I blew my top and I'm the one to blame. Oh please forgive me so we'll be the same. Oh baby, baby, you're the one for me. I love the things you do to me. Makes me frantic as a fool can be. Hold me tight, I'm really gone. Touch my lips, it's like an atom bomb. Oh baby, 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 can't you plainly see? Oh baby, baby, you're the one for me. And when you take me in your big strong arms, you know you thrill me with your crazy charms. I love the love that you were putting down. I really goof whenever you're around. Oh baby, baby, you're the one for me. Cool, cool, baby, you're the one for me. Good loving, baby, you're the one for me.
That's Ella Johnson. Ella Johnson by request for Bill Obe there. July 1957, You're the One for Me. It's on the Mercury record banner. They have a whole bunch of great records there during their career. Of course, her brother Buddy Johnson there with his orchestra providing the instrumentation. Wasn't this Buddy Johnson the one that did the what was the song that he wrote that was the big hit? As I draw a blank, one of those great Since I Fell for You, was that the song that Buddy Johnson wrote, I think, if I'm losing my mind. But anyway, that's going out. By request for Bill Obe, who'll be my in-studio guest on May 9th of 2024 with his second gospel special. So you want to mark that down here from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. Eastern time during the day. It's a Thursday afternoon. I'll have Bill Obe here as a guest collector presenting his second gospel special featuring lots of rare 50s and early 60s or 60s gospel 45's and 78's out of both his collection and Gordy Freeman, who is in our YouTube chat room. So you really should tune into that. Of course, the show will be archived in case you missed it, so it'll be there for your listening and watching pleasure. So mark your calendars, May 9th, 2024, Bill Obe and his gospel special as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show, and we are in 1957. Here is a flip side from last week. Featured a request last week for listener Bob Hannis by the Romeos on the George Paxton's Fox record label out of Detroit, Michigan, their first of two on Fox, called Let's Be Partners. And Darrell Letts requested the flip side of this from July of 1957. It features Lamont Dozier on lead. These are the Romeos on Fox Records. It's for Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. It's called Gone, Gone, Get Away. These are the Romeos.
Well, gone, get away, because you know that you don't want me. I got to live in misery, and as you love me, I know it just can't be. So gone, baby, gone. I seen you this morning and the night before last. She was telling all the boys that you got left. I found it out, baby, and now I know.
Little rockin' daddy gotta let you go.
Gone, baby, gone.
I
don't have to guess, cause I know I done my best to treat you like I treated the rest. But you don't get around and you broke my heart. And now, little darling, we have the part, so gone, get away. Because you know that you don't want me here. You got me living in misery, and as for you loving me, I know it best can be. So gone, baby, gone. Oh yeah. Cause I know I try my best to treat you just like I treated the rest. But you don't be around and you broke my heart. And now, little darling, we have the part, so gone, get away. Oh, you know that you don't want me. Well, you're living in me, and as you love me, I know the just can't be. So gone, baby, gone, get on. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh.
There you go. That's going out to Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Romeos. Excuse me, the Romeos out of Detroit, Michigan, July 1957. That's on the Fox record label. Gone, Gone, Getaway is the name of the tune, and that's the harder press, by the way, for you collectors out there. The second is like that red, it has the red logo. This is like the beige with the black logo there, which is the harder logo. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If not, just sit back and listen to these cool 45s. And this is a request. This is a request for Jim Lampley in Texas. Actually, Jim, was surprised you requested an a cappella tune. Now, I was this record came out in August of 1965, but this is actually a cover of a 1957 tune as done by the metronomes on the Cadence record labels. That's why I inserted it here in 1957. Now, the interesting thing is this label. It's called Your Choice. This label was owned by Joe Marchesani and Tom Luciani. And of course, they were the hosts of the legendary Time Capsule show that broadcast on WFUV back in 1963 and for all those years. They also produced this song, this group from the Bronx, New York. This is their second on the Your Choice record label out of New York City. The members of this group were Manuel Hernandez, Junice Roman, Dennis Serrato, Tony Moreno, and lead singer Spencer Jackson. So let's go to August of 1965 for this 1957 originally done by the Metronomes on Cadence. These are the 5 J's for Jim and Lampley, and their rendition of the tune How Much I Love You, the 5 J's.
Do 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 how much I love you, I can't count the ways, but let me tell you, darling, I love you all my days. I love you as an angel sent from up above, an angel to watch over and to safeguard our love. Love you in such a way, Julie-doo,
I can't explain.
I can't explain, but deep within I know,
I'll never be the same.
never be the same. How much I love you, I can't count the ways, but let me tell you, darling, I love you all my days. Do 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 do.
And you thought Johnny G didn't play a cappella 45s. There you go. That's by request for Jim Lampley. Those are the 5 J's from August 65 doing the Metronomes Cadence release, How Much I Love You. That's with Spencer Jackson on lead. That's on the Your Choice record label, a label owned by Joe Marchesani and Tom Luciani. I want to send that one out to Joe Marchesani. And this group, this 5J's group, also recorded one on the Mellow Mood label. I think that was Bill Shabilsky's label, Mellow Mood, as the Five Shadows. And be sure to check out Joe Marchesani and the Time Capsule Discoveries, as he does that show once every year. You can check it out at vocalgroupharmony.com. There's, I think he's been doing it at least one show for the last number of years. The 2024 show is there, and also he is he has a YouTube account. I think it's called TCS Guy, and there's a live performances of a lot of these vocal groups done in the 70s and 80s. I think there's some cool videos there, so check that one out. And we'll send that one out to Joe Marchesani, who listens to the Thursday show, by the way. He's a big fan of the show. Johnny G here, and that's for Jim Lampley, too, by the way. A request for Jim Lampley in Texas. Johnny G here on a Saturday with an allergy, so I apologize for that. But up next, a Gus Gossard favorite, and this is a request for listener Edmund Williams. And this group, they are from the Sugar Hill section of Harlem, New York. First recorder for Ben Smith's Extra record label. I think I played them last week. I featured that Extra record last week or a couple weeks ago. But they recorded 3 for Paul Winley's Winley record label. This is their first, and I consider this a classic. I do. It features Harlan Jackson on lead. Let's go to December of 1957. This is going out to Edmund Williams, the Collegians, on the Winley label. It's called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom for Edmund.
Boom, 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 boom.
There you go. You came all the way up the stairs. Oh, my goodness. You don't want to go on camera, though. Okay. There you go. Those are the Collegians. The Collegians there, by request. I lost my place. Go Down Slow. Go Down Slow. Those are the Collegians from December 57 going out to Edmund Williams. That's Harlan Jackson on lead. That's their first of three on the Winley label. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom is the name of the tune. As what do I want to say about that record? So many variations on that record when was played on played in the early 60s and then played in the 70s. So many variations on the copies of that record. And I think when I paid 79 cents from Disco Disc, I got a styrene press with a BB hole in it, believe it or not. And it played well. It really played well, but I wore it out. But anyway, let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show. We are in 1957, and I got to ask Mike Sape in Connecticut, were you listening to records on the Dootsy Williams Duto or Dutone record labels? Because we got another request on Duto Records from Mike Sape, and he wants to send this one out to Lenny G., your host, DJ, Johnny G., and all those people in the chat. And I love this record, by the way. Of course, this group made their debut on Dutone Records with a song called Guided Missiles, and the lead singer on that was Robert Truesdale. But this is the group's follow-up, a tune written by group member Leroy Barber, but it features John Saxon on lead, and this isn't an easy one to find either on Duto Records. So this is from March 57. These are the Cufflinks. This is by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending out to your host, DJ Johnny G, also Lenny G, and the chat gang. The Cufflinks with How You Lied.
You told me that you loved me. How you lied, how you lied. You had me dreaming, had me dreaming. What a fool am I? What a fool am I cried all night long, 'cause you're gone, 'cause you're gone. You didn't consider, I feel so bitter, I'm all alone. Oh, why did you leave me this way? Oh, I'm in misery. Oh, please come back to me. Oh, hear my plea. Said you were true. How you lied, how you lied. I feel so bad now. I feel so bad now. Oh, my dear, how you lied. Oh, why did you leave? Why? Why did you leave me there? Why? Why did you leave me? You leave me this way. I'm so blue, grateful for you. Oh, please come back and stay. Said you were true. How you lied, how you lied. I feel so bad now. I feel so bad now. Oh, my dear, how you lied.
Those are the Cufflinks there. The Cufflinks on Dootsy Williams Duto record label. March 1957, by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut. A great tune there with John Saxon on lead, going out to Lenny G in the chat and your host, Johnny G. That's a hard record. Greg sold me that 45. Greg Surik, I was at the Allentown, PA show, and he would often come up to me. He'd look for me, and he'd say he just would buy. So he'd buy it for $50, and he'd sell it to me for $200. That's what he would do. So I'd be there looking through records. He goes, "You need this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, okay, I need $200 for it." So I'd have to take $200 out of my wallet. I would hand it to him, and he'd go on his merry way. And he'd come back again with another record. That's how I got that Housewife Blues. You know that song Housewife Blues by the the girl group, drawing a blank. Enchanters, yeah. So I'm standing there. I think I was talking to Val Shively at the time, and he goes, "You need this." But I think that was what, $500. I think that one. It was a nice shape too. Johnny G babbling on here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we are 1957, and let's see. We fill a request for Joe Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan, in our YouTube chat room. And this is a B-side. This is a B-side of a charted tune, and you know this artist. His name is Joe Turner, born in Kansas City, Missouri. The side that charted was a song called Teenage Letter. But Oldies Fan requested the flip side, which was co-written by Joe Turner, and this charted too, Charlene, I guess, number 7 on WEBB, but that was regionally, WEBB in Baltimore, Maryland. It's with Jesse Stone and the orchestra, and there's a group backing them up on this. I think they're the Q's. The Q's are backing them up. So this is from December 57, Mr. Joe Turner, by request for Oldies Fan in our YouTube chat room on Atlantic Records. It's called We, W-E-E, We Baby Blues for Oldies Fan.
It was early one morning, I was on my way to school. It was early one morning, I was on my way to school. Said there was a morning I broke my mother's rule. I was in love with you, baby, before I learned to call your name. I was in love with you, baby, before I learned to call your name. Now you're loving someone else, I know you're gonna drive me insane. But wee, baby, you sure look good to me. Oh, wee, baby, you sure look good to me.
There you go. By request for Oldies fan in our YouTube chat room, that's Joe Turner. Joe Turner, I'm guessing the Q's backing him up on that. December 1957 on Atlantic Records, Wee Baby Blues is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1958 now with a request for listener Amnon. This group out of Hollywood, California, recorded 2 for the Brunswick label. This was their first. A tune written by the lead singer of the group. His name was Robert Draper Jr. Now, this charted nationally. This was a nationally number 62 on Cashbox, 51 on Billboard, and number 16 on the Billboard R&B chart. And this is from October of 56 for Amnon, The Accents on Brunswick. It's called Wiggle Wiggle for Amnon.
You don't have to be pretty, you don't have to wear fine clothes. All you gotta do is just walk along and wiggle where it shows the most. Some girls are born with beauty and others have fine clothes, but they think about the beauty and they forget to go to wiggle where it shows the most. Some folks believe in beauty, fine clothes and everything. You can put a wiggle in a shimmy sack and really make the people scream. Now listen to me, little girl, you as cute as you can be, but forget all about your beauty, girl, and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle for me.
There you go. That's going out to listener Amnon there. That's the sound of the accents. That's Robert Draper Jr. He's the lead singer on that. October 58. That was on the national charts, both Cashbox and Billboard. Brunswick Records, Wiggle Wiggle is the name of the tune. They would have one more release, I think, in 59 on Coral, which is a good record too, their Coral release. Johnny G here, spinning my original vinyl 45's. We do it live every Saturday from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. These are requested by you. If you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I have 50 records to play tonight. So, and I wasn't 17 minutes late like I was on the last show. So that'll be good as we go through these songs here. So let's play this next one here. A request for Jimmy Amato. This is a very rare record, believe it or not, from Utica, New York. The group is, though, from Buffalo, New York. It's a female lead with male backing. Her name is Barbara Sinclair. And she would have some soul releases in the early 1970s as Barbara St. Clair. But I guess we can consider this her first record. Now, Greg sold me this 45 because he upgraded. He got it from somebody up there up in the Buffalo area, or Monticello, up in that area. Of course, I wish it was in better shape, but he wasn't cheap with this record, I can tell you that much. So I tried as much to clean it as possible, but it's been in my collection for a long, long time, and it's hard to upgrade this record. I was looking for it in the collection, but I didn't see it there. But the members, let me see. I should say this was. This was her first record. Now, 2 other members of this group would go on to have later recordings. Grover Washington Jr. and Lonnie Smith were members of this group. This is on Stanley Markowski's Mark Records, as I mentioned, out of Utica, New York, and a request for listener Jimmy Amato, July 58, The Supremes on Mark Records. It's called Nobody Can Love You. This is for Jimmy. Rare 45's for a Saturday evening. That one there by request for listener Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Supremes, not Diana Ross and the Supremes. That's Barbara Sinclair and the Supremes, July 1958. It's on the Mark record label out of Utica, New York. Nobody Can Love You is the name of the tune. I'm sure those records were available upstate New York, so you had to go there. I know Greg did go there to get a lot of his Buffalo records. He went up there to find them. That's what he did. But he used to travel all around, is what he used to do. But let's continue. Here we are in 1958. Here's a flip side from last week. Featured these gals from Passaic, New Jersey, and I played a request for Joseph Smith, aka Oldies Fan, last week. Called I Met Him on a Sunday. Featured it on the First Press Tiara record label. Of course, you can get this on Decca. Scepter. How about Decca Records, Johnny? But this is on the Tiara record label, and Darrell Letts requested the B-side of the 45. It features Shirley Owens on lead from March 1958. Let's give a listen to the Shirelles. Let's see if the copyright police come out. But they didn't come out on the flip side. These are the Shirelles on the Tiara label for Darrell Letts. It's called I Want You to Be My Boyfriend, the Shirelles.
I want you
There you go. That's going out to Daryl Letts there. The sound of the Shirelles. Shirley Owens on lead there, March 1958. That's the B-side to I Met Him on a Sunday. Featured it on the Tiara record label. If you have this record, you probably have it on Decca Records. And this one really not that easy to find. Got to ask Donald McGee. Do they still play that, Donald, in Philadelphia on Philadelphia radio? Is it still played on the radio? You can't hear it here in New York radio. Maybe on Sirius XM maybe plays it, but that used to be played a lot here in New York on both sides of that record on CBS FM. As we continue here, let's go to Beverly. Well, no, this cannot be. This record I don't think is Infinity Records. I think this is like out of Cincinnati or something here. This group is called the Saints, and it's a rare 45 by request for listener Joe Shacatano. Now, I bought this from Jerry Diaz. Not easy to deal with. He was expensive, but he used to come up with a lot of good records. He did, and I don't know how Jerry's doing now. I hear not that good, but he sold me this many years ago. This group called the Saints. It's their only release. This is for Joe Shacatano, 1958 on Infinity Records. It's called My Only Love. This is for Joe Shacatano.
Darling, I love you. Yes, I do. 'Twould be so nice if you love me too. But now that you've gone, I've nothing to do but spend all my days just thinking about you. I know I've done you wrong. I've cheated you. Oh, yes, it's true. I'm sorry now for the things I've done. I was so foolish, for you're my only one. You come back to me. I promise you I'll never part from you. I mean it too, 'cause you're my only one, and I worship you.
Was that partial echo on that record? There you go. That's a rare 45, folks. It is. It's a very rare record on Infinity. I think it's out of Cincinnati, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. 1958. They're called the Saints. All their names are on the label, and I wonder if let me see. Sometimes they put if they play any instruments here, but the Saints, they only give their. Oh yeah, they are. they don't give their they don't give their they only give their last names, and they tell you Waldman. No, it's kind of weird here. They say Valencia piano, Hammond drums, Cherokee guitar, and Waldman sax. And then they got here the Saints are C. Lundback, E. Williams, X. Ramos, A. Barksdale, and M. Ridley. So they are the group members here, and C. Lundback wrote it. He was one of the, maybe he was the lead singer. I don't know. I didn't check it out. So there you go. But that's a rare 45. It's a 4-figure record. I will tell you that much. Johnny G here, babbling on for a Saturday evening as we continue. Collect your 45s here. I'm telling you, I get great requests from the listeners here on this show. I'm so thankful for that. I do. And we continue here. Let's go to Fort Worth, Texas with this request for listener Timothy in our YouTube chat room. This group first recording back in 1957 for the Epic label as the Glory Tones. And this, what does it say? I guess the owner of this label, Robert Mellon, he owned this Algonquin label, which was out of New York City, bought this master from Epic Records, and they changed their name to the Click Clacks. Now, this group also recorded for Apt Records. I think the flip side of this is on an Apt 45, but not this side. The tune written by, I guess, is this guy? Yeah, the co-writer. Was he the lead singer here? No, I don't know. But Don Johnson, he's not a member of the group, I don't know. And his mother wrote this tune. The members were Paul Burrows, Lewis Carter, and Eddie Whitehead. He must have been a member. Maybe he's the lead singer. I don't know. 1958, the Click Clacks. This is for Timothy. It's on Algonquin Records. And the song is called Is It Wrong? Now, I might have to increase the weight on this. Not that there is a warp in it, but there is something blips up. It plays, but it could be annoying. I don't know. I never played it on this I played it on this one, not this turntable number 1. But anyway, let's hear how it goes. This is for Timothy, the Click Clacks from 58 on Algonquin. Is It Wrong?
Is it wrong to give my heart to you, to love and worship you the way I do? Is it wrong when lips like yours and mine meet in a kiss divine the way they do? And is it wrong to reach for happiness when heaven lies here in your warm caress, and cling to love right here where you belong? It must be right. No, no, it isn't wrong. And is it wrong to reach for happiness when heaven lies here in your warm caress, and cling to love right here where you belong? It must be right. No, no, it isn't wrong.
by request for listener Timothy. Those are the Click Clacks from 1958. It's on Algonquin Records. Is It Wrong is the name of the tune. They have other releases on Apt Records. The flip side of this, which I think is the A side, is A Kiss Goodbye. I think that is the side that's on it. 715, and that's, oh no, this says this is number 714, so they would have push this side. This is one where you can easily tell I would think with the earlier number that would be the A side, but this record belonged to somebody. This belonged to interesting. This record from 1650 Broadway belonged to Mrs. Lillian Williamson of 1014 Rose Avenue in Greensboro, North Carolina. What is she doing with this record from New York City? But anyway, there you go. That's going out to Timothy. Let's continue here in 1958. And this is for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. And I know nothing about this group. I know I bought it from Tom Klein. I used to always get decent records from Tom Klein when I used to go to the tri-state record shows. He would show up in Allentown. And this is on Steve Clark's Tempest record label, which is out of Peoria, Illinois, and I think the group is probably out of there too. This is a cover song, though. This song was first done by Marvin and Johnny. They did it back in 1954 for the Modern record label. Of course, others have covered this. Skip and Flip. There are a whole bunch of, even in the 1960s, they were covering this song. But this group is called The Volcanoes. Okay, The Volcanoes. What an odd name for this group. And because I think because the flip side is an instrumental, that would make sense. But this side is a vocal. The Volcanoes from 1958. This is for Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. It's on Tempest Records, their rendition of the tune Cherry Pie.
Cherry, cherry pie. Cherry, cherry pie. Cherry, cherry pie. Oh, so good. Oh, baby doll. Sugar, sugar plum. Sugar, sugar plum. Sugar, sugar plum. Sweet as they come, as they come. Well, like little Jack Honor, in a corner, eating his cherry, cherry pie. Well, I didn't put in a thumb, and I didn't pull out a plum, so I guess I'm crazy. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some cherry, cherry pie. Well, like little Jack
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. They're called the Volcanoes. The Volcanoes from 1958 's on the Tempest record label, doing the Marvin and Johnny tune, Cherry Pie. Let me just check something here on this record here, because if they say, yeah, they don't say anything. Because the flip side's actually a cool instrumental. Maybe I'll open up next week with it. It's called Hey by the Volcanoes, but that is an instrumental. The flip side is a vocal there. And is that the, this is 7800. See, I think the instrumental was the intended A side, and they got these gals do that song for the flip. Who knows? But there you go. That's for Adrian. Adrian Viterbo in Mexico, 1958, the Volcanoes on Tempest with Cherry Pie. Johnny can go for some cherry pie with some vanilla ice cream. How does that sound? But I don't have any of either of both, which is good here in the house. But let's continue here in 1958 with a request for Tom Shaughnessy. Tom, I have to ask you, were you thinking of yachts or something? Because last week I played a request for you by the Yachtsmen, and you request them again today. Actually, 2 records by this group. Well, this is, well, let's see here. I don't know. The one thing I don't know about this is one side of this is Billy Starr and the Yachtsmen. But this is just the Yachtsmen. So I don't know if Billy Starr was a member of the group, or the Yachtsmen, you know, like they would have groups that would back up other artists. They did that all the time. The Dreams, for instance, out of Philadelphia did. A lot of other groups did too. So I don't know if this Billy Starr is the lead singer on this side. He is on the flip side, but Charlene maybe assumed he was on this side, but I don't think that's the case. It's from December 58 for Tom Shaughnessy, the Yachtsmen on Destiny. And they have a few, and I don't know if this was their first or second, but it's called It's So Hard to Be Young. This is for Tom Shaughnessy.
How can they know
So there you go. That's for Tom Shaughnessy there. Those are the Yachtsmen from December of 1958. That's on the Destiny record label. It's so hard to be young now. I would think this, although the X is on this side, and this is the better side, in my opinion. But Charlene says that she saw on a website that he was a member of the group. Let me see. He doesn't get writer credit on that side. This is out of New York, this label, and it's Styrene. I hate Styrene. No, he's not one of the writers on here. But anyway, so there you go. That's for Tom Shaughnessy tuned into the program. Now, they should sing a song. You know what? It's not, when you're 65 or older, for a lot of other people that are tuned into the program, it's not so hard to be young, because we would rather be young. It's so hard to be old is what they should be singing about. But the young kids, they won't do that. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. In 1958, let's go back out to Los Angeles, California. Fill a request for listener Mady Campboy in California. We go to Leon Renee's Class record label for this request, and it's a duet. This duet had 2 releases on the Class label. This is their second. They are Terry and Jerry. Now, they recorded as Billy Terry and Alan Rutledge. Don't tell me why they went to Terry and Jerry, but that's what they did, and they both wrote the tune here. This is from November 58. Terry and Jerry on the Class record label, going out to Mady Campboy. It's called What Is Love?
Take care of it and treat it fair, for you don't know how long it'll be there. How can you tell? Love is a mystery so hard to explain. You give your heart to someone playing games. That's why I'm always thinking of. Please tell me what is love. Vow to each other there'll never be another, for we are both the same. And then before we know it, we both try not to show it, but there's someone else in the game. So my dear, all I can say through all my tears, I hope this friendship will last for years. And I'll keep praying to the one up above. Please tell me what is love.
That's going out to Mady Campboy in California. That should be in the Kreider book. Is that in the Kreider book? I don't even know if it is, because I run that label. I run Chess Record, not Chess. How about Class, Johnny? Class Records there. That is a Terry and Jerry. Terry and Jerry from November 58. That is their second release on Class Records. What is Love? That one they're going out to Mady Campboy. Let's stay in 59 with a request for listener Big Dave Swinger, as this artist was a member of the Rainbows. Now, the same group that recorded Mary Lee on the Red Robin record label also came out, and Shirley on Pilgrim Records. and They Say on the Rama label, but he wasn't the main lead on those songs. Ronald Miles was the main lead, who, by the way, I think recently passed away. I think I saw a post on Facebook that Ronald Miles passed away. But this singer is doing leads on the flip side of those 45s, like Evening and Stay and Minnie. His name was John Berry, but he then changed his name when he decided to go solo, and he recorded as Sonny Spencer. And this is a release he had in late 1959. It's a song he wrote, and this is from September of 59, and this is for Big Dave Swingers. Sonny Spencer on the Memo label. The song is called Oh Boy, for Big Dave. That is a nice tune there, I have to say. I found that in the wild for a quarter, by the way. And that was a favorite record of the late George Tompkins, who, by the way, I went to see George's widow, George's wife, Louise, and had to look. She had some CDs that George wanted me to have, so I went to pick up the remainder of the CDs there. I might go see her tomorrow. I have to help her daughter set up a turntable that she doesn't know how to set up. I may do that tomorrow, although she left me a message, so I have to see. But anyway, there you go. That's for Big Dave Swinger, September 1959. Sonny Spencer and group on the Memo label. Oh Boy is the name of the tune, of course, recorded earlier as John Barry. Has other releases on Dot Records and also on Music Hall. There's a good one he does. Sonny Spencer on the Music Hall label that I bought from Louis Silvani is a good record. I should play that here on the program. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We do 3 shows a week here, which sometimes is a little bit too much for Charlene, and also sometimes for me when other things get in the way. But this is our final show of the week. We're here from 9 to midnight. Also, I'll be back Wednesday evening with Soul Requests, Tony Crosby. Soul Requests out of my collection. So that's from 9 to midnight also. And I stream on Oldies and More Radio at that time too. And then tried it for the first time last Thursday, a 78 show, an all 78 show that was a big success, I have to say. And not that I never played 78s on the program, it's just that I never did the entire show, because it's not like I'm going to end in 1963. So I think I ended in 1956 or 57 with that girl group, that thing that I sent out to, or the Angelettes that I sent out to Adrian. But they listen, they liked it, and really it was cool, because the people that, or the listeners that didn't know that type of music, can hear how music progressed from the the late 1940s into mid 50s, so how the music progressed. So it was a positive thing. So I think I'm going to continue with that. I will. But let's continue here this evening. With a request for Bill O. When he emailed me at vinyltreasures@AOL.com, I haven't played this record in a long, long time, and I really like. The first time I heard this was on, I think it was the Dynamite Doowop series, whoever put that out. And George Tompkins would tell me, well, those are my records. I was like, okay. But I remember hearing it on that compilation CD, and they're good quality too, by the way. And, of course, I ended up getting the record, I think from Doug Hanners, if I'm not mistaken, this record. But I have a couple copies of it, I do. But this singer, his real name was George Carter, but he recorded as Sonny Carter, first recording back in 1954 for King Records. And he has other releases on Carlton in 1958, and this is one he did on Dot. It's a song he co-wrote with Harry E. Nivens, and there is an uncredited vocal group backing him up. But I like this record a lot, which is why I'm going to play it, and requested by Bill O. March 59, Sonny Carter and Group on Dot Records. It's called Crying Over You. This is for Bill O.
Wow, 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 wow. Won't somebody tell me what to do? My little heart breaking in two, and I've been crying, crying, crying over you, over you. My heart is sore and feeling blue. My eyes are red because it's true that I've been crying, crying, crying over you, over you. Why must I be the one to suffer this way? Crying, 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 crying the way I do. If you come back to my empty arms and turn on all of your charms, then I stop crying, crying, crying over you, crying over you, crying over you, crying
Isn't that a great tune there? That's by request for listener Bill Olb in New Jersey. That's Sonny Carter and a group from March 1959. That's on the Dot record label, Randy Wood's Dot Records there, Crying Over You. And again, Bill will be my in-studio guest on May 9th, 2024, Thursday afternoon from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. for his second gospel special. And there'll be personal records out of his collection and also out of Gordy Freeman's collection Maryland. So you're going to want to tune into that broadcast live here on May 9th. And the second gospel special for Bill O. The first one is still getting clicks, still people watching that from October 16th of 2023. It's on my YouTube page. You can check it out here. Special guest in studio, Bill O. Let's continue here. We move into 1960 now with this request for Bob Cruz in Maryland. Now, this is an early Motown sound here. Or I should say one of, and Reed, you probably know more about this record than I do, as this is one of the first records to be published under Berry Gordy Jr.'s Joe Bett Publishing. Now, the song was written by Smokey Robinson and Berry Gordy, and it features the Rayber voices in the background. Now, the singer, his name is Wade Jones. Wade Jones. This released in January of '59. It's on the Rayber record label by request for Bob Cruz in Maryland. Wade Jones with a tune called Insane.
Your kisses drives me mad. Oh, I need your love so bad. Seems I'm going insane. It's plain that I'm yours forever. Never been in love before, and I'm going insane. My head's spinning round in a circle. My mind's going round and about. I want you to take me and hold me in your arms and never let me out. Insane. Your kisses drives me mad. Oh, I need your love so bad. Seem I'm going insane.
As by request for Bob Cruz in Maryland. That's Wade Jones and the Rayber Voices. January '59 release on Rayber Records out of Detroit. Is really early Motown sound there from January '59. Insane is the name of the tune. Now, on the label, Rayber was derived from Berry Gordy Jr.'s second wife, Raynoma Lyles, and from Berry Gordy himself. That's how they came up with Rayber Records. So, interesting thing about this record. So, the first time, and Mike Sape mentioned it in the chat room, that copies of this, when you find it, they are trashed. I mean, this was only available up in Detroit. So, I have 2 copies of this. My other one is trash, but I paid a lot for it. It was Bob Briskin who sold me. He was selling out his records. He has since passed away, unfortunately. And I used to see him at the record shows along with Eugene Vino, who recently passed away also. 2 people that were collectors that I used to see at the record shows. I think he just passed away on March 3rd. Unfortunate. I would meet him for lunch in Rockland County too. It was horrible. So I was able, how I secured the other copy was Carl Pellegrino of Motor City Music. Carl used to come to the record shows here on the East. He would come down from Detroit, and he was a big I don't know, I guess a soul collector first and then a seller. And he sold me some rare Motown records in my collection, other rare Detroit records like on JVB. And I did get some big records from Carl in the past. But he sold me that nice clean copy, Mike. You're right, I never see that record clean ever. But I like that tune too. That's by request for Bob Cruz, Wade Jones. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Let's continue here. We are in the year 1959. And let's fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat. Let's go to Jacksonville, Florida for this group. And I heard the flip side of this on the Ronnie I show. Charlene's got the write-up for the flip side here. It's the group's first of two on Ernie Young's Excello record label. The intended A-side was called... This is the B-side, though. No, this is the A-side, by the way. It features John Stanberry on lead, and he also gets writer credit on it. Yes, he does. He gets writer credit on this. And this is from September of 59. The flip side, the B-side is Won't You Let Me Know. It's a killer up-tempo. I'll play it next week. But this is the ballad side because Joe likes the ballads. These are the King Crooners on Excello Records from September 59. It's called Now That She's Gone. This is for Joe.
That she's gone and left me all alone. She's gone, she's gone, she's gone. Now she's gone. Now she's gone. Now I'll cry. Cause she said goodbye. She's gone, she's gone, she's gone. Now she's gone. Now she's gone. Baby, 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 baby. You know I miss you so. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. You know I love you so. Oh, now I'll cry. Cause she said goodbye. She's gone, she's gone, she's gone. Now she's gone. Now she's gone. Now she's gone. Now my baby's gone. She's gone. Gonna left me all alone. She's gone. Now she's gone.
September 59 release there for the King Crooners with a C. King Crooners with a C. That's on Excello Records. Now That She's Gone. That's John Stanberry. He's the lead singer. Also wrote the tune. That's their first of two on the Excello label, which is out of Nashville, Tennessee. Now, with their second release, they changed the letter of the second word. They were the King with a K Crooners. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And something about school days, I think, is the name of that one. Johnny G here on a Saturday as we continue here. And we go to Chicago for with this request for listener Matey Campboy. Now, after the Flamingos left Checker Records, they signed with Decca. Maybe being with a major label, they would have some possibility of having some national releases, but it really never happened for the Flamingos, unfortunately. Not till I went to George Goldner and N Records. Then it was a different story. But those recordings were not bad at all. It just they never really promoted them right, or they did something wrong. I don't know what Decca did, but they had trouble promoting the group. They had 5 releases on the Decca label. Now, Matey requested their 4th. That's this is with Sid Bass and the orchestra. Now it features Nate Nelson on lead. Let's go to May of '59. These are the Flamingos on Decca for Matey Campboy in California. It's called Kiss-A-Me. This is for Matey.
Kiss-a-me, 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 whoa, whoa.
Take your loving lips from me. Oh no, that wouldn't do. 'Cause I'm in heaven when I'm kissing you. Don't ever leave me high and dry. Oh no, I need you so. If I should lose you, I know I would die. Kiss-a-me when it's morning, and kiss me when it's night. Yours are the only lips for me. Oh yes, no others will do. So kiss-a-me, baby, kiss-a-me do. Are the only lips for me. Oh yes, no others will do. So kiss-a-me, baby, kiss-a-me do.
Kiss-a-me, 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 whoa, whoa.
That's going out to Matey Campboy in California, the sound of the Flamingos. That's Nate Nelson on lead. That's their 4th of 5 on. Did I read that right? Did I read it wrong? They have this happened. This recording they had 5 release. This is the 4th. Yeah, their 4th of 5 from May '59 by the Flamingos on Decca Records. That's for Matey. Kiss-A-Me is the name of the. I can play Bess-A-Me next for Bess-A-Me Baby. I can play that with that's what Johnny Maestro. Anyway, let's continue here. In 59, this is a request for listener Paul Michel and another song that used to be played by Gus Gossard quite a bit on his oldie program in the early 1970s. I remember hearing this quite a bit. It's on Benjamin F. Allen's New Cat, spelled with an N-U, New Cat Records. And that group is out of Petersburg, Virginia, and this label recorded local talent, only local talent from the Petersburg area, like the Orbits. I have that 45. The Five Roses is another rare one that I haven't featured here in a while. The Continental Five, all great records. And this group that Paul requested, and they're being backed up by Richmond's Lil Walters Band. Let's go to April of 1959 for the Velvetones. The Velvetones on the New Cat label for listener Paul Michel. The song is one word. It's called Impossible.
Impossible for me to fall in love again. Impossible to count every drop of rain. Impossible, but I'm falling in love. Falling in love. Impossible for me to fall in love. For anyone to count every star above. Impossible, but I'm falling in love. Falling in love. For me to swim the ocean. For me to conquer the sea. I know now that it's impossible for you to fall in love with me. Oh, impossible for me to fall in love. For anyone to count every star above. Impossible, but I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. Falling in love. Woo!
That's April 1959, released there, the Velvetones by request for listener Paul Michel. A great tune there on the New Cat record label. Impossible is the name of that tune. You remember I used to hear it on Gus Gossard. I'm like, I'm never going to get this record. I ended up having two copies. I sold a copy many, many years ago to, some Cheeseboro, I think his name was, last name, if anybody remembers. They used to sell on eBay, but he was collecting all groups from that area, and I had two nice mint copies of that I came across. I think I sold it for $100, if I'm not mistaken, at the time. Anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue in 1959, and we fill a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. I'm telling you, Tom, you and your Yachtsman, because he requested another Yachtsman 45 on the Destiny Destiny label, but I don't know what else is on this label, Destiny Records. And the good thing about this record, too, is that it's nice vinyl. The other one I played was crappy styrene, but this is a nice vinyl press. It's on the red label. I think the promos are like powder blue. But these are the Yachtsmen. This time they're backing up Lloyd London. Who's Lloyd London? I have no clue. But it's from February 59. Let's give a listen to Lloyd London with the Yachtsmen. It's on the Destiny record label, and this is for Tom Shaughnessy. The song is called, this is not the right side. The song is called Will There Ever Be a Girl? Will There Ever Be a Girl for Me? The Lloyd London and the Yachtsmen.
Will there ever be a someone caring? Will there ever be a heart that's free? Will there ever be a sweetheart sharing? Will there ever be a girl for me? Will it always be a dream for others? Must I always face reality? Can't I find a place among the lovers? Will there ever be a girl for me? Nights are long and lonely. I live in reverie. I'm longing for an Cupid's memories. Will there ever be a heart that's waiting? Will I ever know love's ecstasies? Will there ever be a time for dating? Will there ever be a girl for me?
That's for Tom Shaughnessy, and Joe Shacatano should be in his glory too with all these ballads here. February 59. That's Lloyd London and the Yachtsmen. It's Will There Ever Be a Girl for Me? That's on the Destiny record label. This is Destiny, 5:30. So, Mike, are you telling me there's another record, Carl Ponder? I wonder if I have that. I should check that out on there. But there you go. That's for Tom Shaughnessy. And I think this group would also have a release on the Harglow label. And, because I played it last week for for Tom. As we continue here in 1959, let's fill a request for listener Amnon. And this, I don't know if the confusing part of this is that this group is called the Acorns, but I really think it's one person. I think it's a Vinny Catalano, that he was doing all the voices. I think that's what it is. And this song first came out on the Spring label in October of 1958. Well, actually, it has Vinny and Sue, which I do have, by the way. Vinny and Sue on Spring. Then they changed it to the Acorns, so maybe this is a duet. I don't know, because I read somewhere like his other release, Angel, is all his voices. But maybe this is a duet, but it doesn't really say. This is on Unart Records. That's how I'm playing it, because that's how he requested it. It's the second of two, co-written by the lead singer, Vinny Catalano, May 59. These are the Acorns for Amnon on Unart. It's called Your Name and Mine. for Amnon.
I miss you so. I never wanted you to go.
That's what Nick Nicola would call a teener record. There you go. They're called the Acorns there, May 1959. It's on Unart Records. Your Name and Mine is the name of the tune. And Reed, if you're going to go in 45 Cat, that should be a connection with that same song with a release I have on Spring Records as Vinny and Sue. I have that. It's the same Spring label that the Laurels recorded Baby Talk on, that same label, and also the Van Dykes. It's the same Spring label, which I have. But anyway, let's continue here, and we move into 1960 as this next singer. He hails from the state of Arizona. He was first a member of a vocal group called the Tads, T-A-D-S. In 1956, they had a release on the Liberty Bell and also the Dot label and also on Rev. And he then decided to go solo on his own and form his own group. And this is his debut single on the Elko record label, which is out of Phoenix, Arizona. Now, the copyright date for this is October 16th of 1959. So this one had to be released at least prior to that, or at least sometime in early 1960. And that's what I'm thinking of. And I want to send this one out to listener Bob Hannis, who is in our YouTube chat room. This is 1960. It's Leroy Fully Love and the Buffs. I was looking for this record for a long, long time. It's on the Elko record label. The song is called I Want to Know. Leroy Fully Love and the Buffs. We'll send it out to Bob Hannis.
I want to know how much you love me, and if you ever miss me so, darling, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know if there's another one that can take And if you ever miss me so, darling, I want to know. I want to know.
That's a great tune there by Leroy Fully Love and the Buffs from 1960. It's on the Elko record label. I Want to Know is the name of the tune. The funny story about this record, that's going out to Bob Hannis. So a number of years ago, Greg used to call me on the phone, Greg Surik, and I used to go through the eBay completed sales, sort by highest first. So he would say, Johnny, can you go to the Northern Soul section? So, okay, I went to the Northern Soul section, and I would read off, do you have this one? It's sold for this. I'm like, I have this one. He goes, well, yeah, I need that one. I need this. I need that. He would go, wait, let me mark it down. And he would mark it in Manship's Soul Book. So I just mentioned to him, I said, you know, Greg, not that I could afford the record, but there was a copy of this from somebody in Arizona for sale. So he says, well, can you give me the information? Whatever. He ended up buying it. He ended up buying that record, and I never saw another copy until recently. So I was happy to get that. We'll send that one out to Bob Hannis. And also, the dates on this, okay, that's either late 59 or early 1960. And I'll tell you another thing, too, because Leroy Fully Love has other releases on a label called Joe, J-O-R-E-E. And I have those two releases. And they are the same matrix numbers as this Elko. So I think those were the next two releases after this. And then Elko was like rejuvenated again with a black label later on in the early 62 or so. But he has another one also on Tandem Records that's hard to get, which I do have in the collection. But anyway, we're going to welcome in Oldies and More Radio. I'm your host, Johnny G here, John Galindo, for the Vinyl Treasure Show. It's my 1950s and early 60s show. We do it every Saturday from 9 p.m. till midnight, but we are in Vinyl Treasure overtime. We're going to finish early, folks, because I don't have that many 45s to go, so it's going to be an early night here, finally. But thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new to the program, those of you on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the third show that I do here during the week. It's the big request. It's actually the biggest show that I have, and this gets the biggest turnout, the Saturday night show. Let's continue here with this request for listener Big Dave Swinger, this group originally out of Philadelphia, PA. You know their biggest hit from 1957, a song called Peanuts. That was their second of 12 on the OK record label, and of course it featured Little Joe Cook on lead. Now Big Dave requested the group's 10th release on the OK record label, written by the lead singer Joe Cook. This is produced and arranged by Chuck Sagal. We go to September of 1960 for Little Joe and the Thrillers on the OK label. It's called Please Don't Go for Big Dave.
Oh, please don't go. I love you. This I know so much, darling, that it hurts me so. Darling, please don't go. I'm begging you, please, please don't leave. I'm begging you on my hands and knees. Don't ever say you're gonna leave. Oh, darling, please don't go. My darling, my heart is all that I have to give. And if you should leave me, my darling, I swear by the stars that I just don't want to live. I know that I lied, yes, and I've cheated too. Won't you forgive me? Please don't say we are through. I'm begging you, please. Don't leave. darling, please don't go. I'm begging you, please, please, please don't go. I love you, this I know, so much that you never know. Darling, please don't go.
That's September 1960 release there for Little Joe and the Thrillers on the OK record label. Usually you see that record on a promo, but that is a styrene stock copy on the yellow OK record label. Please Don't Go is the name of the tune. Johnny G not going yet, almost ready to go though. But before we do that, we got to say a big happy birthday to Rob Balboni in our YouTube chat room. Happy birthday to Rob Balboni on April 21st. Happy birthday, Rob, a loyal listener here to the Vinyl Treasure Show. He's always here, and he's a big fan of the program. Thank you, Rob, for your support and being a fan to the program, and we all wish you a happy birthday as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we are in 1960, and let's fill a request for Lionheart Roar, and we return with this group from Harlem, New York. We heard earlier from them, I think it was Edmund requested the Cadillacs earlier. What was the name of it? I forgot. It was a flip side of The Girl I Love, but they return here. They had 23 releases on Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. This is their 21st with a slightly different name. They were known as Speedo and the Cadillacs, of course, featuring Earl Speedo Carroll on lead. Let's go to February of 1960. This is on the Josie label. This is for listener Lionheart Roar, Speedo and the Cadillacs. It's called Tell Me Today.
If you love me the way our friends say, and don't tell me tomorrow, tell me today, today. If you still feel the same, oh yeah, and don't tell me tomorrow, tell me today. Go on feeling so blue ever since you've been gone. I've been so down in love with you. If you had something sweet to say, oh yeah, and don't tell me tomorrow, tell me today. Hey, little girl, won't you tell me today?
That's the great sound of the Cadillacs, although they were known as Speedo and the Cadillacs on that one there. Going out to Lionheart Roar from February 60, the Cadillacs with Tell Me Today. That's on the Josie record label. Let's move into 1961. We go to El Paso, Texas for this group. It's a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, as this song came out on 2 different labels, and I showed you both of those labels. First came out on the Thunder label, then it came out I think a month or 2 later on Bo Calden. I'm playing the Bo Calden because it's a cleaner copy, and it features Lawrence Johnson on lead. He also co-wrote the tune. If I'm not mistaken, Bill Obe, you'll have to correct me, did Ronnie I use this as one of his theme songs? I think he did, if I remember correctly. But this is going out to UK listener Indrajit Advani. This is from July 61. They're called the Gator Vets. The Gator Vets, featuring it on Bo Calden. It's called Midnight for Indrajit.
Midnight, crazy baby, baby, midnight. Whoa, little girly, girly, midnight. Time to rock and roll. Well, midnight, baby, 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 midnight. Dancing girl at midnight, and I love you so. Please don't step on my doggone feet and walk midnight, baby, 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 midnight. Oh, little girly, girly, midnight. Time to rock and roll. Step on my doggone feet and walk midnight, baby, 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 midnight. Hey, little girly, girly, midnight. Time to rock and roll. Midnight, oh, pretty baby, midnight, midnight.
If that didn't wake you up, I don't know what would. There you go. The Gator Vets there by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. July 61. First released on the Thunder label, then picked up by Bo Calden Records. I think the same owner just put it out. I don't know why. Maybe Thunder was a label already in existence in 61, but they're called the Gator Vets. The Gator Vets with Midnight. Let's move into 1962 with a flip side request, this time for Jimmy Amato. Last week I featured this group from Jersey City, New Jersey on a Garfield Ricketts Arawak record label. They are out of the Bronx, New York. They were called the DeVilles, and the song was called I Do Believe. Jimmy Amato requested the flip side, so let's give it a spin before we file it back down in the No Humidity basement from June 62. This is the first press, the Green Arawak label, the DeVilles, with a song called No Money. This is for Jimmy Amato.
No money, 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 no money. So I went out and found a pocket full. Yes, I did. 1,000 and I took my very best. And if it was $1.05 roll, I took that money, paid my back, couldn't do it. I said no money in my pocket, no money in my wallet. You know, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Klein,
Then I went out to get myself some tea. Walked in a restaurant and fell down on my knees. I begged the man for something to eat.
he got me by the pants and he threw me in the street.
I said no money
in
my pocket, not a bill.
No money
in my wallet.
in my wallet. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Ling, Klein,
I saw a man riding down the street, hollering and yelling and selling bling bling. I asked the man for about a pound.
I didn't have no money, so he turned me down.
I said no money
No money
in my pocket,
no money
in my wallet.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Ling, Klein,
No money,
No money,
no money,
no money,
no money in my pocket.
no money,
No money
in my pocket,
in my wallet.
no money,
No money
in my wallet,
in my shoes.
no money.
I'm sad, I'm singing no
I'm sad. No money.
Well, Jimmy says that Jocko used to play that side all the time. Pretty cool there for that. There you go. That's going out to Jimmy Amato. Those are the DeVilles from June 62 on the Arawak record label. No Money is the name of the tune. Sometimes when you go buy these records, they'll leave you with no money very easily, especially if you're looking for nice mint copies of stuff. As we continue here, as we wind down here on the program, and here is a request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut. He wants to send this one out to listener Joe Shacatano and to Rob Balboni, who is celebrating a birthday today. How appropriate that is. So we'll do that. This is on a label called SFAZ. This tune written by Frank J. Smith, and this singer goes by the name of Lou Crystal. Lou Crystal is being backed up by a group called the Elites. This is from October of 62. Lou Crystal on SFAS by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut. This is going out to Joe Shacatano and also to Rob Balboni on his birthday. The song is called Dreaming of an Angel. Lou Crystal.
I was dreaming of an angel, and that angel was you. I fall asleep nights, tears in my eyes, and when I wake, dear, I realize I was dreaming of an angel, and that angel was you. Ooh, angel was you. When I am lonely, I speak your name close to my heart, dear. You will remain. I'll be dreaming of an angel till my angel returns. Angel returns. You left me alone, broke my heart in two. Darling, come home, let's start our life anew. Come back again, dear, lest I be lonely. So until then, dear, I'll love you only. I'll be dreaming of an angel till my angel returns. Angel returns. Ooh, an angel. Oh, ooh,
That's October 62. October 62 release, Lou Crystal and the Elites. And that's on the SFAZ record label. That's by request for Mike Sape, going out to Joe Shacatano and Rob Balboni. Dreaming of an Angel is the name of the tune. And let's move into 1963 with this request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening down in Mexico, as this singer was only 12 years old when he recorded this song for Cap Records. A song written by Al Cooper, Bob Bass, and Erwin Levine. His backup group are none other than the Cadillacs. Now, the bass that you're going to hear on this is Ronnie Bright. Now, Ronnie Bright was the bass of the Valentines that recorded for the Rama record label. And you, for you collectors out there, you want this record on the vinyl promo, not that crappy styrene cap label. You want the vinyl promo. This is from June 63. His name is Gregory Howard. Gregory Howard and the uncredited Cadillacs on the cap label, going out to Adrian. It's called When in Love, parentheses, Do as Lovers Do. This is for Adrian.
Oh, baby. When in love, you gotta do like lovers do. Oh.
When in love, you gotta do as lovers do. Walk on it, don't let nothing bother you. Take your baby by the hand, walk with her through Wonderland. When in love, you gotta do as lovers do. You cried a tear when you fight and break up. Oh, what fun, the night you kiss and make up. True love's like a stormy sea, that's the way it's gotta be. When in love, you gotta do as lovers do. Yes, I'm in love. How do you feel? Like as a beggar, I'm going round like a Ferris wheel. Here's my lane, like others are supposed to do. Show me that I really mean the most to you. Love can never come to fool. You got to play it by the rules. When in love, you gotta do like lovers do. When in love, you gotta do like lovers do.
Love, you gotta do like lovers do.
That's going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. That's Gregory Howard. Gregory Howard from June 1963 on the Cap record label. When in Love, Do as Lovers Do. That bass there, Ronnie Bright, was also the bass behind Johnny Cymbal. If you know the song Mr. Bassman, that was Ronnie Bright, also the bass of the Valentines. 3 more 45s to go before Johnny G signs off here on the Vinyl Treasures show. Let's fill a request for listener Jimmy Amato in our YouTube chat room. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this group. It's on the Milestone record label. This is their second of 2 on Wes Fairburn's Milestone record label. Now the group, this group backed up Leon Peels on Whirlybird, and this is, where'd I get this from? Eric Ashton sold me this record, the late Eric Ashton. I bought this from him. One day, Greg brought him here. He had a bunch of records for sale, and I ended up buying this one from him. But this is for Jimmy Amato, 1963. They're called The High Tensions on Milestone. It's called Ebbing of the Tide for Jimmy Amato.
Must I tell my heart you're not for me?
for eternity. And the
Beat of the time
tells me
and
you're not mine. No, 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 no.
really not mine.
Echoing
of the wind
tells me
to retreat.
and the flowing
Of the stream
that
makes rivers meet.
well, they sing the answer that
I must accept with regret. Accept with regret.
you're alone with nature, reminiscent and blue.
Thinking about my chances of losing.
Must I forget all my ideas? 'Cause without you, pretty baby,
I'm in misery, but the beat of the time really not mine. Really not mine.
you're not mine.
You're not for me.
Not for me.
Not for me. You're not for me.
Not for me.
You're not for me. Not for me.
That's by request for Jimmy Amato there. Those are the High Tensions. It's on the Milestone record label. That's the same label that had Diamonds and Pearls by the Paradons. There you go. That one called Ebbing of the Tide from 1963 for Jimmy Amato. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And this is a request for Timothy. Now, this group first recorded back in 1958 for the RCA record label. They were called the Ecuadors. They had an EP on the RCA label and also a single called Sputnik Dance. And, wait a minute. Let's see. Then in 1962, they recorded as the Modern Ink Spots on Rust Records, a 45 that I'm still looking for. I thought I would find that in the collection that I looked at. It was not there, unfortunately. And then they became this group. They were known as the Cardinals, and both sides of this are cover songs that they do. One side is called Why Don't You Write Me, but Timothy requested the flip side. And this is a song originally done by the Chords, played it on the 78 show. I played the original version by the Chords on Cat, but this is from 1963. It features Al Turner on lead. They were called the Cardinals. The Cardinals on the Rose record label, their rendition of the tune Shaboom. This is for Timothy.
Hello, hey, ding dong, lang a lang a lang a ding dong ding. Hello, hey, ding dong, lang a lang a lang a ding dong ding.
Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Hello, hey, ding dong, lang a lang a lang a ding dong ding.
Life could be a dream if only all my precious life would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Every time I look at you,
Something gets on my mind.
darling, yes, I'm hoping that
Things would be so fine.
Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
you go. That's going out to Timothy. Was in our YouTube chat room there. Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. They're called the Cardinals. The Cardinals on the Rose record label from 1963, and their rendition of the Chords tune Shaboom, a record that Greg sold me. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Got some really nice emails with the 78 show. And Elliot, thank you for that nice email you sent me. Much appreciated. If you want to get in touch with your disc jockey here tonight, Johnny G, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. So many people that have corresponded with me about the shows, the first-time listeners that they've never heard this music before, so they're not only getting an education on it, nobody else plays it, and or at least there are collectors that have this music, but they don't feature it and do what I do. So it gets to really keep the music alive. This is one of the ways, and plus I get enjoyment out of it if you can't tell. Sometimes I get a little bit tired because I got to go scrounging around looking for the records, but it's because I don't have anybody to help me file them back, and it becomes a problem because I have to look at like 4 different sets of boxes to pull the records out. So I was still looking for records today, and they were more of the obscure things that I'm not going to say where, but I had to clean some of them. I did most of them last night, but I have the records. It's just that they're not in any kind of order. Some of them are, but not all of them. When you have 150,000 45s, it's a lot of records to go through. So that's what takes so much time. So then I'm communicating with Charlene. She's in Huntsville, Texas. And then, I get requests. That's why I was asking for the requests early, so it gives her time to work on it. Because when I get them late, it's difficult. Then I got to go find the records. So if you send me requests late, I have to put it off. I think Geronimo, you did. I have that record too. That's a very rare record too that you requested. So, but you'll get it next week. So thank you all. You're just gonna have to bear with me because I do a lot. And it's almost like I need to take a few months off to organize the collection, but you wouldn't want me to do that, would you? So, because I would go crazy myself, because when I had to take that hiatus when my parents almost died that time with the COVID, so I wasn't on for months, and then I came back. So, but anyway, but thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you, Charlene, again for your help, and I will be back on Wednesday with the Soul Show. So if you have any requests, you can send them to me. What's good about that is I get the records out of the storage or out of where they're stored, and I get to clean them, and then I try to at least put them in order. All these records on the table that you see here, they've been played over the last few weeks. I got them under the table too. So I try to put them in order, but I had tax returns and all these things that happen. So I fall behind. Then I gotta deal. I have my parents I have to deal with, and other things that I have to deal with. So sometimes it becomes a little bit difficult. But thank you all. But it's a labor of love, as you all know, and I appreciate all the correspondence. It really means a lot. And again, like I said, so much enjoyment I get from this show. That's why I won't give it up. I don't want to give up any of the shows. I really don't. But so thank you all for your support and for being here. And again, if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. So we're going to close the show tonight with a request for Bob Cruz in Maryland. This is another hard record to get, and another record that Greg sold me. It's out of Wilmington, Delaware. It's on Vince Rago's Ritchie record label. There's some heavy records on this Ritchie label, and this is a late one. It's from January 63. They're called the Versatones. The Versatones. It's on the Ritchie label, and Bob wanted to hear both sides. We'll play this side this week and the A side next week. So for Bob Cruz in Maryland, the Versatones on the Ritchie label, it's called Hold Me Lover, parentheses, Party After 7. Okay. So anybody out there, so Tony Crosby, if you're going to be partying after 7 a.m. in the morning, it's almost time there. You might as well do that. Well, that's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for being here. Again, don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. Very important. Also, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you heard tonight. And don't forget to click the bell so you get a notification when Johnny G goes live. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for being here. Everybody have a safe and happy week. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long for Bob Cruz.
Hold me, Mr. Lover, I don't wanna go home.
Dear, 1, 2, you, 3 kisses I throw. Didn't say 4, and I'll be over to prove it at 6. You're sweet, you're neat, you're my kind of treat. Oh, what does say now? I'm on my way now, it'll be me at your front doorbell. Believe my little melody, 6 will be making some harmony. Oh yeah, hugging should be the show. Hummy, Mr. Lover, I don't wanna go. Dear, 1, 2, you, 3 kisses I throw. Didn't say 4, and I'll be over to prove it at 6. You're sweet, you're neat, you're my kind of treat. Oh, what does say now? I'm on my way now, it'll be me at your front doorbell. Believe my little melody, 6 will be making some harmony. Oh yeah, hugging should be the show. Hummy, Mr. Lover, I don't wanna go this 7. Oh, and 3. Oh, what does say now? Oh, what does say now? Oh, what does say now?